Boy, Miss Jane Butler. 5, Double Turn, Mr. Perry Harding Jones. 6, Drum-In Joker, Mr. Don Deutsch. 7, Federal Trooper, Mr. Tim McCarthy. 8, Fiber Guide Tech, written by Mr. Gary Hanman. 9, Final Chant, Mr. Howard Brown. 10, Catesville, Mr. Charlie Hancock. 11, Knox's Corner, Mr. Ross Nayland. 12 is Lovely Citizen, Mr. William O'Sullivan. 13 is Matt 6, Mr. Tim Jones. 14, Mount Argus, Mr. Stephen Brookshaw. 15, Queensway Boy, Mr. Noel Bradley. 16, Raise an Argument, Mr. Andrew Sanson. 17, Rushing Wild, Mr. Justin Farthing. 19, Sporting Mariner, Mr. Derek Bloor. 20, Staremba Lad, written by Miss Jo Cummings. 21 is The Red One, Mr. Stephen Swires. 22, Wall Game, Mr. Alan Hill. 23, Bally Eden, Mr. Philip Schofield. 24, Dungay Lass, written by Mr. Clive Story. And 25, Turn Mill, written by Mr. Michael Hammond. Here's how they've been.
And Dungay Lass has almost been isolated in the betting. It's 11-4, firm favourite. Wall Game 9-2 from 4-1, so that's going out. Rushing Wild and a Lovely Citizen with Raise an Argument, 8-1 these three. On 10-1, Federal Trooper and Final Chant. 12-1, Mount Argus and Staremba Lad. 16-1, Bar 10.
To Liverpool, but there's a whole host of good horses in this, and
Staremba Lad, and that's it, that away. And a bit of a slow start there by Dromin Joker. Dromin Joker very slowly away. And as they come to the first, Bally Eden is one of those to show and Raise an Argument. And they're all safely over it as they run to the second. Wall Game right up there too. And Rushing Wild. And now, going on in the early stages, is Raise an Argument. Raise an Argument, one of the senior runners from Rushing Wild. Dungay Lass has moved into third. And then comes Bally Eden. Behind Bally Eden on the outside is Federal Trooper. Over the third, Raise an Argument, the leader from Rushing Wild and Dungay Lass. And Federal Trooper towards the outside. Bally Eden's up there with them too. Sporting Mariner, not far off the lead. Raise an Argument, though, the leader there. Dungay Lass, Rushing Wild at the first ditch, second and third, but Raise an Argument over it in the lead from Dungay Lass, Rushing Wild. Slight mistake there by Busted Spring as they come to this one. Raise an Argument over the sixth. From Dungay Lass, the unlucky loser of last year. Rushing Wild is next. And then comes Sporting Mariner as they race towards another ditch. Raise an Argument over in the lead. On the outside, Dungay Lass. On the inside, Rushing Wild. Then Sporting Mariner. The Red One is up there just in behind them. Over the eighth. And also up with the leaders is Knox's Corner. Beginning the run downhill. And still Raise an Argument from Dungay Lass. Sporting Mariner goes up on the outside of Rushing Wild. Then the Red One. Raise an Argument. This 13-year-old, ridden by Andrew Sanson, still the leader as they race towards the 10th of the 22 fences. Raise an Argument over from Dungay Lass over second. And Sporting Mariner on the outside of Rushing Wild, and then the Red One making steady progress towards the inside is Wall Game, the youngest runner in the race, a 7-year-old. Turn Mill is also improving as they come to the next. Raise an Argument, number 11, from Dungay Lass. Rushing Mill, Sporting Mariner, the Red One. Celtic Leisure getting closer all the time. Wall Game sticking to the inside. Alan Hill over on the far side. Over the 12th. And a faller there is Celtic Leisure. Celtic Leisure has gone at that one. And up front still. Raise an Argument from Dungay Lass. Rushing Mill. Wall Game on the inside. Just in behind them, Karaheen Boy, who's got right into contention. Then the red one. Then a little gap to Sporting Mariner, who's lost several places. Going up on the outside is Busted Spring, the 13th. Dungay Lass and Raise an Argument together from Rushing Wild, Wall Game and the red one. Busted Spring still making progress. Then Karaheen Boy at the water. Dungay Lass and Raise an Argument from Rushing Wild and Wall Game. Then comes Busted Spring, Open Ditch, the third of the ditches. Dungay Lass, Raise an Argument. Over the 16th, Dungay Lass, Raise an Argument. Rushing Wild, just in behind Rushing Wild is Wall Game, then the red one, and behind the red one is Busted Spring as they come to the final ditch now. Sixth from home, Dungay Lass from Rushing Wild on the outside. The red one jumps third. Mistake there by Wall Game. Rushing Wild, 5 out, the leader from the red one. Rushing Wild, the red one. Bad mistake there by Dungay Lass. Dropped right back now. Busted Spring has moved into third place. Running downhill, Rushing Wild, the red one. Busted Spring. Wall Game trying to get back into it. Arda C is not too far off the leaders. And there it was Rushing Wild from the red one. So they come down to the next, 3 out. Rushing Wild, the red one, Wall Game. Fiber Guide Tech is in 4th place, racing to the home turn now with 2 left to jump. In the Christie's Foxhunter chase of 1992, and Rushing Wild, the leader from the red one. Wall Game, Arda C and Fiber Guide Tech as they race towards the last, making quite good ground from the rear. Second last is Federal Trooper, but Rushing Wild has the advantage from the red one. Rushing Wild is going to jump this 4 clear. Rushing Wild from the red one in second. Wall Game third. Arda C 4, and then Federal Trooper as they race towards the last. Rushing Wild has only got to jump it. Rushing Wild is clear, jumps it well, gets away from it fast. The red one jumps it next. Arda C jumps it third. In 4th is Federal Trooper, and racing up towards the line, and Rushing Wild has the Christie's Foxhunter well sewn up. Rushing Wild is the winner as they come to the line. Arda C is second. Third will be Federal Trooper. That's the 1, 2, 3, with a photo between the red one and Wall Game for 4th place. And so the result, first number 17, Rushing Wild, owned by Richard Barber, trained by Richard Barber I should say, owned by Mr. J.A. Keeley, ridden by Mr. Justin Farthing. Second was number 1, Arda C, owned by Mr. David Wintle, trained by him and ridden by Mr. James Wintle. And third was number 7, Federal Trooper, owned by Mr. Peter Bonner, trained at Godstone by Dennis McCarthy and ridden by Mr. Tim McCarthy. And it's a photo for 4th between the red one and Wall Game, but this is the winner, number 17, Rushing Wild.
Now the favourites on the inside here at the top of the hill in the yellow colours. She was actually just starting to weaken, I thought, but this mistake really puts paid to any chance she may have had. Look, she lands in a heap, her nose touches the ground, and it's backwards from there. But I do think she was just starting to weaken at that time, and the winner had gone to the front. Well, as we pick it up with just one to jump, there's only one in it really, isn't there? And this horse here, who is by Rushmere, Richard Barber trains him down the West Country, top point-to-point trainer, and Justin Farthing, who ended up top rider last season. He's quite a big boy, as you can see from that, very accomplished rider and very neat too, but this is a long, long way between him and the followers on. The red one had run such a super race up to the top of the hill, but he's a big, long horse, this, isn't he? You can see quite lean in his neck and a very high wither to him. But Rushing Wild by Rushmere stands in Sussex at the Roanhurst stud, comes home alone. There's just only one in the picture. It's a long way back then, and R2C comes through, and a whole lot of them coming behind. Wall Game running a good race there to be fourth, probably. So here we have Rushing Wild, the winner of the Christie's Foxhunter at the odds of 9-1.
So a great triumph this for his handler, point-to-point Suprema, Richard Barber. One of the two youngest horses in the race is a 7-year-old. Being preceded in by the red one, who ran a very good race, Wall Game. Another young horse who's surely got a good future ahead of him. And so that's the result of the fourth race, and the starting prices as follows.
First, number 17, Rushing Wild, 9-1. Second, number 1, Odyssey, 100-1. And third, number 7, Federal Trooper, 12-1.